season number 2 of the Hero Indian Super League. Mendoza obviously was the standout with that hat-trick, but Alano assisted in 2 of those and scored 1 himself. Just on the changes, we do see rotation, heavy rotation, not so from Materazzi tonight.
No, they haven't got a 100% winning record, and that's what they want. Nicola Anelka there, nice to see him looking relaxed. Would be nice to see him in the action, but maybe another day.
I was going to say there's a reason for his relaxed state. He can focus on the managing from the sidelines here.
There is, but he'll look at that bench, and when he sizes up his bench against Marco Materazzi's, I think the Italian has the greater firepower to introduce into the action.
One of the other interesting points coming out from this game tonight, and you'll notice throughout the passage of play that you'll see the man in the middle, Ali Shaban, is a 41-year-old Kuwaiti, FIFA accredited in 2009. Our match officials are all Kuwaitis. This is the first time they've come into the Hero Indian Super League.
Yeah, and it's a good experience for them. It'll be a good experience for the players. And we have a FIFA accredited set of officials, and it's necessary that they're all from the same nationality because they will have worked together as a team previously.
We love our stats, Gary. We'll have the attacking index. We'll have a social media war that will upgrade you. We've got hot star to consider. Fireworks are coming out here in Mumbai. There are those match officials I mentioned. Just a sidelight on all the stats. Both sides have never lost an ISL game in which they have scored first. Will the trend change? But this is such a crucial night for Mumbai in particular. 5 home games on the bounce here.
And it'll be vital for them to get off on the good foot in front of their home supporters. I just think, given the style of plays with the players that we have, it could be quite an attacking, counter-attacking team. There you go.
Who needs Messi or Ronaldo? We've got Sunil Chetri.
That's the size of the fan club here. They believe in their own.
And both teams obviously affected by international commitments. India with 2 World Cup qualifiers away to Turkmenistan and Oman. Let's get set now, as is tradition, the national anthem of India. It does not matter your nationality. It does not matter your background. It does not matter your history. But when you hear the national anthem of India, it will only inspire you. At every venue, you have stood tall next to me, Gary O'Reilly, and I totally understand why.
Yeah, it's the respect that you pay a nation's national anthem, but it's also what you see around you. There is not one person who disrespects their national anthem, and they are silent, they are proud, and yeah, it's quite an inspiring moment.
The pre-match photos, which I also enjoy watching here, both teams will set up. They'll take their photos in front of those Hero Indian Super League banners. The visiting Chennayin, Nicholas Anelka. He's really an apprentice when it comes to managerial history, but in terms of footballing history and pedigree, there's none. Well, there's not too many that have got a better record here in India. We'd have to have a close look. There's maybe 1 or 2 that might come close.
Well, in terms of playing experience, Marco Materazzi and Nicola Anelka between them, there is nothing they have not won as players. So in there is a wealth of experience, a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of all sorts of detail and information that's been passed on to them through other players, through coaches, through staff. So let's see if they can bring that into tonight's arena.
Pre-match formalities almost concluded now. There is France Bertin, the captain today. Alano, his counterpart. There's Materazzi and Anelka, a Euro winner in 2000. Materazzi, a World Cup winner. All in readiness in Mumbai. Gary, you're used to the heat and humidity. This is your second. You're a veteran. I call you a veteran. I'm only a rookie. This is my 6th game, and I am converted. I was converted from the first time you took me to that wonderful ground in Goa the day before our first game together. But this is a spectacle. We are a fair distance away from the field, of course. It doesn't matter. You look around you, and it's just incredible the facilities available in this competition.
Yeah, I mean, the players must be very happy. They get to play in some spectacular arenas, this being one of them, around the Hero ISL. I don't know if you can say veteran and make it sound complimentary about my age, so would you mind? Cease and desist.
I will say this to those that are listening around the world. Google search Gary O'Reilly. He's been asked if he's Richard Gere at least 6 occasions that I've come across in my travels here. And I've been asked if I might be related to any former Indian cricketers. But
no, I told someone you were Steven Spielberg. We were here recceing a film location.
I'm just delighted to be here. I must say, I didn't know what to expect, and it's when you venture into the unknown you really appreciate what's there at the end of it. And we've seen goals, we've seen exciting talent, and the countdown will come in. Get ready for the fireworks. The countdown will be in. The countdown is on. The Kuwaiti referee is waiting for the cue. There it is. Count it down, Gaz. 3, 2, 1, and let's football. Well, there is a lot of celebration around India. They have some fantastic festivals. There's one that's on right now. And
it's the build-up to Diwali and the Festival of Light. Let's hope the players light things up this evening. It's set fair to be an interesting and, for my mind, very attacking game, open game. Materazzi sets his team up to attack. That's probably why they concede so many goals. Let's see if Mumbai can't get a little bit of profit out of that.
Oh, that's something that we saw last night in the northeast as well. And the Kuwaiti referee has made a telling statement from the outs.
You know what I call this, Andy, don't you? This is a crash tackle. Whoa! All right, good to see the referee has decided that he will not tolerate that, and I'm pleased to see also our friend get up and get on with the game.
Wow.
Ouch.
Toy Singh goes in the book, the number 11. So Mumbai with the first corner of the game.
Oh, Materazzi's face if they concede from a set play this early in the game. Oh.
Well, it would have come from the free kick.
Yep.
Sunny Norde will take this corner kick. Plenty of cover at that near post.
I must say, Andy, a little bit of a down point. Some of the corners have not been the standard I would have expected, particularly the near post corners. A lot of them are going too low and getting cut out easily.
Near post headed over. It was a difficult one at an angle. It's coming at some pace as well. So, you know, I commend Chetri there for his first attempt. I will point out through the coverage that a couple of players for the visitors are on 2 yellow cards. So Cabra for Chennai, the number 18, and Ralte, the 21. So if they get booked here tonight, they are in a bit of bother. Well, there's plenty of white shirts defending in that box, but Mumbai are trying to squeeze their way through. Piquion. A good ball, is it? No, not really. The keeper had plenty of time. And
he's a unit. Erdel is a big guy. Do not be hanging stuff up for him to catch easily. Got to take him out of the equation, because he won't hesitate on coming for things. We saw it in the first game. He came and spilt it, but he will come off his line, so be mindful.
We get a first look also at the opposing keeper tonight, Subrata Paul. 5 players have started in both games for Mumbai. The owners of Chennai look on somewhat nervously. It's productive.
All right, a couple of little points that I'd try to highlight. Obviously, Stephen Mendoza on the back of his hat-trick. He's most likely going to play a more central role this evening than more in a wide position, because I think down that central area he's going to be more effective for Chennai. Also, Freddie Piquion, his battle with Mailson and Potenza, another one of interest.
That's a better looking corner, but again, the height favouring the visitors. Right in that heart of that defence, it looked like it might have been Potenza.
Oh, whoa.
Shot on the turn of all players, but Ton. Flags up.
Flag up.
The Ton was the man.
Yeah, but look.
I don't think Nicholas Anelka will mind that at all.
No. What it means is the Mumbai backline have come out as a unit, so there's coordination in there. There's a little bit of discipline showing itself already in the game, and that's vital. But you've got a bit of experience in there with the likes of Bertin and Shimovs. What is the elephant in the room so far, Andy? Shall I tell you?
Tell me.
Elano,
yes.
Not being visible.
What about the counter now? That's a great drive. What about the save? Subrata Paul has denied the man Mendoza.
What do we talk about with Mendoza in central areas? He's going to be more of a threat. That takes a little deflection of Shimovs, which is why I think we're seeing a little bit of a worry from Subrata Paul. He just has to parry that away. Now Elano takes control of the game with this corner.
Well, you called it. You called it. Here's Elano. Is it deep enough? It looks to be. And a striking attempt at the back stick. I'm liking what I'm seeing, Gary O'Reilly.
Watch this. Cabra, sweet strike. Gets right behind that ball. Oh, Jayesh, you pulled your foot away. Your deflection takes it past Subrata Paul. But just a little bit of action coming at the wrong end for Nicholas Anelka, and Marco Materazzi's thinking we can't have these chances and not put them away. So neither coach be too happy.
And that gives you all the confidence after being under a little bit of pressure. The match so early, 6.5 minutes in, Norday streaking away and squeezing it in there. There's no one. It was just a little bit too strong for Benashore.
I like Norday, Andy. He is Mumbai's outball. He's got good pace, he's got great dribbling skills, and I think he is going to stretch Chennai's defence, particularly if he stays in this wide position on the left.
You can't miss that physique, Piquion.
I thought you meant Norday. You're going to say you can't miss his hair.
You can't miss his hair. It's one of a kind in this league. Again, they go looking for Big Fred, we'll call him. Big Fred.
You call him now, I'm not.
He is imposing up close and personal on the one occasion.
For me, the objective of playing someone of the stature of Piquion is to play through him. You don't play in behind for him to go sprinting. That's the Norday sort of player. You play up to him, he controls it, he holds it, he allows players to be drawn in towards him, he sets it up, then he spins away. Good work in midfield from Mumbai to pick the pocket.
Then a short to Norday. He's being squeezed out down that left flank.
But look at that, 3 Chennai players get drawn towards Norday. They know the danger that he is. They are going to cluster around him to make it difficult for him to dribble at pace.
And there's a big chant going on around us here. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but the fans are trying to lift their side here. Mumbai City FC are searching for their first 3-pointer of the Hero Indian Super League. This is their 3rd game. Conversely, this is the 4th game for the visiting Chennai. But what a statement they made on October the 11th away in Goa. 4-0.
And it was one of those that you did not see coming.
No.
And that's the wonderful thing when the games come thick and fast. You will get those surprise scorelines popping up because there is such a great deal of squad rotation going on.
And then Goa bounced back yesterday.
Well, that's the way you want it to happen if you get a heavy defeat like that. You get straight back on the saddle and get going.
Norday was taken out. The referee allowed the advantage rule. I watched the referee. No, he's pulled it up. And straight away, there will be no flexibility here with the Kuwaiti international FIFA referee.
Well, I don't mind if there's a lack of flexibility, and he's right. But look, this is a challenge from behind by Wadu. He doesn't get anything of the ball, and he really can't complain about anything. It's a foul. I do hope we see Norday get back into the action. At the moment, he's being attended to by the medical staff.
They need him on the pitch. He's already shown us early on what he can do down the left side.
They're going to make him wait to get back into the action. This is so infuriating. It is a FIFA regulation.
It's a regulation.
Yeah, and I understand why the referee's doing it, but it is a frustration.
He'll wave him on. He'll wave him on now after play resumes. Strange. Yes.
Yeah, very strange, because you're penalising the team that's just had a foul committed against them.
My initial thought was that this might have been too deep, but he's kept it in. Is there a way through this defence? It's fairly well organised at the moment, shape-wise, but there'll always be questions. I think he might have taken his eye off the ball momentarily.
You know what happens there? Sunil Chetri gets there, and he's caught between 2 decisions. He wants to now keep it away from the defender, Potenza, but there he takes that extra unintentional touch, because he's thinking about, do I go in front of him or do I chop back inside him? And as such, that's what happens with that little extra touch. It's not intended, it's just one of those things that happens now and again.
And Sunil Chetri comes into this game on the back of playing 2 full shifts for his country in Turkmenistan and Oman. Sadly, India still to break out with a victory in World Cup qualifying. But then
he also comes into the game, Andy, with the burden of expectation, which is something that he may find a little bit crushing in his game. We'll find out what his personality is like as he copes with it.
Well, it would please you, Gary, that the Indian players are now involved in the Hero Indian Super League, and he was the most expensive of the local draft.
Absolutely.
So there's a bit of pressure on the international players of India now.
Yeah, there is, and particularly for Chetri, because of the value placed upon him. So let's hope he's able to show us all exactly what he has. We know he's talented, we just want to see it.
Well, so far, if you've just tuned in, it's almost 12 minutes in, and the best chance of the game has come to the visiting Chennayin. Mendoza, on the back of a hat-trick against FC Goa, forced Subrata to make a great save, and from the ensuing corner we saw the attempt from Cabra wasn't too wide of the mark either. So that is the danger of the counter-punch from the visiting Chennayin. Now Norday, Wadu read it well. He's got to watch those sliding challenges. He's already been pulled up for a foul on Norday just minutes ago.
He wasn't booked though for that challenge on Norday, and I think if the referee sees a little bit more of that from Wadu, he might just show him a card.
There was a yellow card in the first minute, actually, to Boy Singh. It's a scrap in the middle of the park. Augusto just squeezes it down the left side.
Oh, talking. The goalkeeper, Subrata Paul, has to tell Bertin he's got no one around him. There's no pressure. Just either cushion it back or let it go. You can just let that run out of play. Now they have to deal with another set play.
And the fans in that corner will give him a bit of commotion before he takes this corner. That's wonderful, seeing the flags waving, the fans, a lot of them up off their feet, and Subrata Paul. That's why he's in the Indian national squad. Didn't play, obviously, he was on the bench for both games, but he comes here with high expectations on the back of some good football. I mean, you're talking about a keeper with close to 70 caps now. And on that too, 6 clean sheets, just checking the records last season for Subrata. Be interesting to see what the attack index will indicate in a couple of minutes' time. Piquion, bit of a lone hand.
See, what's happened there is Piquion has headed it wide into a space, and Norde isn't there. And it's one of those situations where Norde, when that ball goes up, should already be in motion. You shouldn't have to think, Piquion, I just headed into there because I know my teammate will be holding that line. It's something Norde's got to think about in his game there. That's who's going to flag for an offside. No, a lot of possession being given away, Andy, in midfield, and until that stops, you're going to see a slightly fractious game from both sides. Alano leaves a boot in Bertin there.
Bertin is
not
still
happy
feeling the
about
effects
that.
of it.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Mendoza's just checking on Bertin. I touched on it earlier. I checked the weather this afternoon and early evening. 36 degrees, 55% humidity, and we must remember this when watching the pace of the game and the speed of the play, and the fact that these teams are playing every third or fourth day.
We go back to something we've said a number of times already. It's a great deal about recovery rather than training, because these conditions drain a player.
Oh, that's a ball and a half for Norde. Will he go? Oh, it's the flags up. Flags up. Our assistant referee, Abbas Gulum, has pulled the flag up.
And again, look at the discipline of the Chennai back line. Very, very straight. Just what you saw there was Benashaw can see a pass and pick a pass. Look, Alano's boot there straight across the hip of Bertin.
Could he have avoided that? On that replay, I'm questioning it.
It's a high boot that the referee decided. We might not agree, is what I'm thinking.
Is it Norde giving some grief for Wadu? This is one of probably the battle of the game so far.
Yeah, and that's got to be tested because Wadu has a rash challenge in him.
That ball by Bustos was almost cut out. Pratish, the number 15 from Mumbai, is down. He's down and he's not getting up at the moment. They still have possession, but they'll kick it out to check on the player. No, they're playing on.
An unofficial timeout there. What's going on? Let's get a grip, chaps.
You know, at that time, Benashaw wasn't sure.
Thank you for that.
Because the player was just getting up on his feet. They could have kept going.
See, this is Wadu's challenges. That is actually a good challenge. But from Norde's point of view, from Mumbai's point of view, that little pinch point has to be stressed. It has to be put into pressure, and we'll see if Wadu can continue to make such an accurate and clean challenge. He's already made a couple of rash ones so far.
The long searching ball is aimed for Benashaw. Now Norde, they're stacking up at the back post. If Norde can get it in there, good chicken turn, but the delivery lets him down. For one brief moment you sensed that an opening could have been there for the home side, Mumbai City FC. Goals have been hard to come by. They scored one away at Pune. They lost 3-1 and they drew at Kerala, which isn't a bad result considering the difficulty for teams that will go to Kerala this season. Wadu.
I'd just like to see Mumbai's backline push up a little bit more. That way their midfield is able to get a little bit of contact with Alano, because if he just said, as I said already, if he gets enough space, he can basically do what he pleases in there, so deny him that opportunity.
Piquion. Love the close ball skills from the big number 9. Down goes Lachu. Awaya. Fanai is down. There won't be a booking here, just an instruction on what he should and shouldn't be doing.
The ball's just about in the frame. That's how far away it is.
Now he's on a yellow card. That's what he's got to watch out, Mr. Toy Singh. Some instructions from Anelka. Norday is okay to take this free kick. I'm wondering how that social media war is going. We'll give you an update a bit later on. We'll also give you the attack index. Now Norday. The big men are up there for the home side, Mumbai. I can see Piquion. The captain's there, Bhutan. It's not lifted enough. The Wadu heads clear. Bustos. The option is there to play it. Lachumawana. Now Schmobs. The attack index is showing that Mumbai is ahead 56% to 44 in the first third of this first half. We're 20 minutes old already. No goals yet here in Mumbai, but
just a point of note where that ball goes up to Piquion, because Chennai are playing such a disciplined back line and they're looking to play offsides. If you play in behind, they'll most likely catch you offside if you don't time that run perfectly. But if you play up to Piquion and he holds it, it's not going to happen. So I think you've got to play up to him and get runners moving off of him.
Just the tempo dropping. Just dropping. There's no degree of urgency at the moment. But this game can turn with just one touch. Possession given away. Now there's plenty of space on the flank if they want to find it to Toy Singh. Here is Toy Singh. Runs out of space. Ball goes out, or is it a free kick?
Well, Moia there with a foul on Toy. I just think the referee's got to decide, does he give the free kick or the throw-in?
So Fano, one of the 6 changes today, also on international duty. He played half a game against Turkmenistan. There is the dead ball specialist, Alano. Again, that surprises us.
Well, we know Alano is better than that free kick indicates. Just shows you. Even the best of us get it wrong sometimes.
Free kick now for Mumbai. Piquion, he's nudged. Foul. they're saying shoulder to shoulder, but just a little bit over enthusiastic. Augusto and his teammates not happy with the Kuwaiti referee's decision, but just thought there was a little bit in that. Benashur, Norde. There's a slight shirt pull.
He's very much the enforcer in there, isn't he, Augusto? He breaks it up, and he's got a little bit of about him when he's got the ball at his feet. He can dribble, he's got the pass, he's definitely got a little bit of athleticism. Just don't really want to see too much of Mendoza that deep. We need to see him in attacking areas.
Well, they've got the Brazilian and Colombian influence at this time. Persists. It was the local skills.
What a pass. Bisects the defence. Now Toye there decides take the shot early, first time, or use the space in behind the defender. He opts for the first time strike. But it's good running and it's good vision from Milano.
It's a huge clearance by Subrata. And Wadu was the man who intercepts. There's not too many options except Singh. He'll wait for some sort of support, or will he elect to take them on? Should he have taken them on?
Given that it breaks down like that, you'd have to say he should have done better. He's a bit angry with himself, I can understand that. What I will say is that Singh is very disciplined and he's keeping that width, which means that the Mumbai defence is stretched. We talked about the width of the pitch being quite vast here in the DY Patil, and as such that's an issue now for Bertan and particularly Shimovs because of the space that's going to occur between them.
Well, the Twitter war I was talking to you about, 68% to Chennai, 32% to Mumbai. The war of social media, Chennai well ahead.
Well, Mumbai fans, you know what to do.
That's right. Just jump on social media, let's football, and name the team you want to support. And right now the support is coming for the team in white, the visiting Chennayin. A good sequence for them in the last 4 or 5 minutes. Alano, Rafael Augusto, the linchpin of this midfield. Roy Singh has seen plenty. A good deep searching ball. It's trouble.
As you can see, because of Toye Singh being so wide, it opens things up.
Now opening it up, it's hit the woodwork. Did Subrata get a touch to it? Another escape for Mumbai City FC. They're not out of danger just yet. Goal kick.
That nowhere near as close as the first ever from Augusto. You can see him there, a little bit of a shimmy and a dummy. Credit to Subrata Paul here. Watch this. Just sends Shimov out the way. Oh, and that the second one is well wide. But the first one was a great save from Subrata.
Subrata's really made a difference since his introduction, his first appearance of the season. And one should remember that Debjit and Albino Gomez have both had starts this season, so he's the third keeper used, and already he's been called upon on 2 crucial occasions. They survive, even though they've had, I would think, the better of the play, better of the attacks in a sense, but you cannot, you can't write Chennayin off here. There's no way.
They've got firepower, most definitely. What we are seeing, though, as a little change up from Nicola and Nelka, is Chetri has come from the right side to the left, and Sunny Norde has gone from left to right in those wide positions. just to make a little bit of a change around, see if there's any effect on the Chennayin backline.
They've got to work their defence more. The supply, it's a waste in a sense, isn't it, for the visiting Chennayin, because now the counter-attack, it looked like it was going to happen for Fanai, number 23. There's your man, one of the standouts already. Dangerous ball, the flag stays down. There is another golden chance. They were caught square and they were almost punished.
It's all about the pass from Elano. But Mendoza, his first touch takes it behind him. Now he's got a pirouette. Now he gets closed down by Bertan. And yeah, he knows. Painful. Not so much the contact as the miss.
It's another lucky escape for the home side. Lovely wide shot of this fantastic D.Y. Patil Sports Stadium. But Chennai will be disappointed. They are not leading. Another late slide. The referee was looking for the advantage. I think Bustos might be in trouble here. Wadu is the player down.
I hope he's okay, Wadu, but I don't know that there was a great deal of contact. I mean, the replay is going to show him otherwise. It's not the greatest contact, and the way he leaps up in the air tells me he's not injured at all.
It's an incredible recovery.
Isn't it just?
Throw in right near a lit up vehicle on the far side, and it's all been Chennai. I love the game, the way it can change. You sense that the way the home side started, that it was going to be a moment that they would open up this defence.
You still feel, though, with Mumbai having Chetri and Norde in wide positions, that the option to go and counter-attack quickly still remains, and particularly with Benashore in there, able to distribute the way that he can.
Just under 15 minutes left in this first half, Gary, and we haven't had the goal that we always love to see early in a game like this.
No, and we won't with passing like that.
No. Sorry to bring you in then, buddy.
No, thanks for that. Yeah, set me up. Why don't you? But at this stage, when it's still 0-0, you have a vast stake in the game. So you do what you have to do. You remain solid, you remain organised, you remain disciplined. You try not to make silly errors, unforced errors. That's the counter-attack I was on about. Keep it in and we're away.
Fanai has kept it in. That's a great ball, near post, the big man. Our man Fred.
As I was highlighting, the option is there. If you've got Benashore in there, there's the opportunity to pass goes in there. Great play from Moia. What he needs is that ball just to be a metre or two in and front of Piquion, and he can come onto it. But if Chennai thought they had this game by the scruff of the neck, they've just had a reminder that they haven't quite got full control of it yet.
Noticing Norde has switched to the right side. Tries luck down that channel, which allows Sunil Chetri to come down the left with Piquion. He's always closely marked, though, the big number 9 for Mumbai. You've got Mayoson and Potenza in the heart of that defence.
It's got to go back. Instead of getting involved in the physicality of a one-on-one battle with Toy Singh, Just pop it back to Bertan, move away and change the point of attack.
It's an interesting contest tonight, and equally the battle of the benches. Materazzi and Anelka standing, watching at the edge of their technical areas, hoping for an opening goal.
What I might like to see is Benashore there, number 10 for Mumbai, playing in a slightly more advanced area. There's a big divide between Piquion and the front players and the midfield players of Bustos, of Benashore, and I'd just like Benashore to be the more advanced of that midfield three.
Benashore looks on. He was considering taking that throw in. Anelka in deep conversation with his assistant, Wilson. No goals in Mumbai. Will there be a statement in this first half? Boy sings, deep ball, Subrata Palms, and he gets the second attempt.
I wasn't quite sure from our angle whether Subrata Paul was going to just get a touch and maybe get caught off his line, but the counter-attack is certainly on. Or it was.
Onside. When that ball was played, Piquion was onside. Bustos, Benashore, Lauday. The white shirts are there, and it's deflected back, and luckily a second attempt to clear.
Don't panic.
Oh,
don't panic.
The attack index, Gary, will amaze you in a sense. 86% now for the visiting Chennayin. 4 shots to 0. All bar one of the Chennayin players behind the ball. Ratish. Bhutan. Benashore.
Yeah, linesman's going to flag it.
Yeah.
See what happens there with Benashore gets that possession. He looks up, he looks wide right. What does he see? Sunny Norday basically on his toes. He doesn't want to see him that close. He wants to see him out there wide on the line, stretching that Chennai defence. And at the moment, I think the way Nicola Anelka has set this up requires Norday to be in much wider position.
Well, he's been the danger man in the first half down that left. We wait to see some runs and thrusts down that right side for Mumbai. Thought I heard a whistle, but
I thought I heard a whistle. Maybe it was the crowd. Yeah, just as well the players just ignored it. But there's a case for Shamov's fouling Mendoza there, which is, I think, the remonstrate. Yes, that might just be an arm across the chest with the ball not being in playing distance.
Well, he's normally playing the point of attack, but he's come down the flank looking for the ball.
I know, but when he gets into that area, Piquion has a problem, and his teammates have to be able to solve it for him by giving him options to pass to.
In a sense, you feel that they're not really sure how to work off him at the moment. There's a lot of changes today too, isn't there?
There are.
Touched on it, 6 changes. Just one for the visitors in white, Chennayin, and they'll get a very, very good position for this free kick.
And Lano sees Sunday Norday coming from about 3 days away. And as soon as he gets close to him, watch. There you go. Just comes up, lets Norday crash into him.
Is it a Lano zone for you, or is it a little bit too far out? You'll answer in about 30 seconds time.
Looking at the distance he's taken as a run-up, I might feel he's having a piece of this. Now the ball looks something close to about 12 yards rather than 10, but
should rather pour one of these players that was retained this season. Only 5 retained in season 2 of the Hero Indian Super League by the home side, and there is Alano, but that's gone well into the crowd.
I think Alano might just want to sit down and have a little think. This first half hasn't been his most glorious in a Chennai shirt since last season and this, but we know exactly what he possesses, and we haven't quite seen it this evening. A couple of excellent passes, but he has so much more to give.
Free kick. The referee is right there. I'm very impressed with the Kuwaiti referee. This is the first time we saw them at our hotel today. We were curious to see 3 chaps there in a car, and we asked a man with a big blazer that had ISL written all over it. These gentlemen here, who are they? Kuwaiti referees. First time. There's not much there. It's got to play square. Mendoza had to drop.
But see, when Mendoza drops and comes towards the ball with his back to goal, you're taking away one of his biggest assets, which is his pace.
The game needs a playmaker to take it by the scruff of the neck, quite literally.
Well, we've got a couple out there in Alano and Benoshaw, but at the moment they're not quite in a position where they have got singularity in terms of control of this game. We've seen Alano do exactly that so many times previously, but we're not quite seeing that this evening. Hopefully we will.
There he is, Alano, who lit up the league last year, 8 goals before injury. But then he had, well, a noble replacement, didn't he? Belisari stepped up to the plate. He was on the bench today. He scored 4. Schmobs. Batish was the player he was trying to feed. There's a run by Mendoza through the middle. He's got the legs on him. Oh, Schmobs. The Czech player has saved the day for Mumbai because Mendoza was clear.
Well, that was the point I was making. You play to Mendoza's strengths, which is him and the ball in the same direction. You don't need him coming towards you, passing to his feet.
Here is Norday overlapping. Norday will get through. Shooting for goal. It's blocked. Wadu saves it. Corner.
Good recovery from Wadu. I think Norday, who's switched again with Chetri, watch him now, just sets himself. Look at that for a recovery. Top-notch defending from Wadu.
Top-notch camera work too.
I agree. Yeah, I'll go in the steady cam there, doing an excellent job. But I said to you it could well be a counter-attacking game this evening, and you saw exactly what I meant just then.
Sonny Norday. The man from Haiti, curling it in, oh, almost scoring! Oh!
If you look under the file headed cheeky, this is exactly where you'll find. Oh, Adele's gone for a walk there, then it's just had to scramble. Look, I mean, he's a big guy, does everything he can just to keep that out. Well, we've had a little bit of nibble on Sonny Norday in his corner taking. Well, he's put me in my place, hasn't he?
Oh, I was hoping he'd take it again from this side, but they've gone the far side.
Won't happen this time. It's going to be an outswinger.
Benashaw's corner. Did it take a last touch? It did. It came off Chennai. 3rd corner in succession.
When you get a setup like this, where you get corner after corner after corner, it does put a mental stress on a defence, and it's how they cope with it. You need strong leadership in there.
That supply wasn't there, but they get another go, 4 in a row. Do not move from wherever you're watching. Don't get up for a cup of tea. You might miss a goal. That's swung in nicely. Not cleared. Norde, was he found at the edge? It looked like it might have been a connection. The referee looked at it closely. He was only 8 or 9 metres away. We'll get the benefit of replays, of course, but we'll stay with the play for the moment. And this is the best sequence of the game so far for the home side, Mumbai. Norde gives up on it. He was never going to keep that in.
But the counter-attack was on for Mendoza. All that had to happen is it just has to be slipped in to Mendoza and let him run. Oh, my word. JS there with the opportunity to give the speed king Mendoza a chance to go and rip it up. Poor pass.
I like that. Stephen the Speed King Mendoza.
Yep.
We're hearing there will be just 1 minute added on to stoppages here now. We're 1.5 minutes away from those stoppages, but ample time, but not there for Norde.
As we come to the closing minutes of this half, just beginning to see Mumbai eke their way back into that. I think Nicola Anelka there, who we just saw, will be more pleased with the last few minutes than he will of that central or middle part of this half.
Good time. And Benashaw always looking to receive from his defence. He's almost punished. Rafael almost. Well, it was a valiant attempt by the midfielder from Chennai, the number 19. Bustos intercepts, but again, a turnover. We've seen a little bit too much turnovers in this first half. They go again. Mendoza's got Mumbai defenders all around him, including the big Frenchman.
Well, that's strange. Mendoza has possession and the referee calls it back, so he hasn't played advantage at all there, the ref. But if you think where this free kick is, there's only one person thinking about putting it in the back of the net.
That's Alano time.
Do you think there's going to be a debate about who takes this free kick? Now, Subrata Paul, Mumbai goalkeeper, has got to make sure he has every possibility covered. Get the big guys in the wall, make it difficult for Alano to get it up and over, and make sure you've got the other side of the goal absolutely nailed down.
Model of concentration. Alano knows exactly where he wants this to go. Subrata Paul's heart rate will be escalating. Now he moves across. He's got his goals set up. He can see the free kick. The wall is in place. Alano's asking for one of his teammates to join the wall, it looks like. Now Alano takes aim, curls and tipped over.
I think Subrata Paul gets caught out here. He goes almost too far. Watch his arm as it comes up. He's just gone too far across it. He should be leading with his arm, not his arm pushing back.
He might still have some work to do from this corner kick. It'll come back to Alano. No, our Kuwaiti referee, Ali Shaban, blows for half-time. Well, I thoroughly enjoyed the first half. It didn't have goals, but it had a lot of drama.
Tactically, it was very interesting because both teams using the width of this pitch to their best advantage, trying to create space. What we haven't seen is the big stand-up performances from Alano, maybe from Benashaw. Hopefully, at half-time, and have had to think about things, we'll see a better performance, particularly from the creative players in midfield.
Half-time, Mumbai City FC 0, Chennayin FC 0. Colour and passion of the Hero Indian Super League. I've been getting some SMSs from around the world, back in Australia. teams from Forest Rangers and San Susie sending me messages, a cheerio to everyone, wherever you're watching.
They're telling us to shut up.
No, they're enjoying it.
Are they? Bless them.
What are they doing up at this time of night? They're football tragics like all of us.
Yes, good. Just looking around the crowd, it's during the first half, it got bigger and bigger and bigger, and I'm so pleased because, this city, this stadium needs a good, solid core of fans to make a great noise, and they're beginning to get into the swing of things.
They averaged just around 22,500 for home games. This is their first of 5 to come. They will host Delhi next. Then they've got Northeast United and Goa to come in the space of 9 days. 4 games, but the next 5 are at home for them.
All right, we got the Chennai huddle in the middle of the field, and was said that hasn't already been said in the dressing room, apart from, you know what, chaps, we came here to do one thing. Let's do it, let's win, let's go to the next game.
I just hope the goalkeeper's in that huddle.
He is.
He is. You can't miss him. What about that corner? That corner from Norday.
He'll tell you if you ask him, and he's a nice guy. He's a lot bigger than both of us. It didn't go in, so it's not a problem. Same with Sabrata Paul at the other end. They don't go in, it's not a problem.
Well, it's been the keeping that's kept us at this stalemate. Totally forgot that was going to happen, and let's hope.
How many games have you done now?
Yes, this is game number 6.
Get with the program, Andrew.
I'm sorry. Smoky haze in this stadium. I don't know crowd figures here, Gary, but I would think it looks, if this is a 55,000 capacity, it looks more than half filled.
Well, I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. Oh, Chetri, lovely little fake there.
And Chetri was looking to get the return. It didn't happen.
It's nice there from Pratesh. All right, we've got Norday on that wide flank where I think he's been more dangerous. Here we go again.
Delapula. Long searching ball for Mendoza.
Oh,
what about
touch.
the touch? Oh, you practice that year in, year out to perfect.
I know, but as a defender, you know exactly what to do. You stay right tight. If it looks like he's going to turn, this is exquisite. Look, just plucks it out of the air, and Shimov's straight on top of him, doesn't allow him to turn. Good control from Mendoza, good defending from Shimov's. I just wonder if we'll get the sort of points we were touching on in the first half, where Benashore plays that little bit further forward for Mumbai, gives them that more creativity closer to the opponent's goal, and whether Alano's changed his boots at half-time and he's got his shooting boots on.
It was a little bit surprising, I must say, a man of his stature in the
I know,
game.
but his standards are so high. When he drops below them, it's so obvious.
It's a flat line of defenders that is just dropping now. Subrata. No one pressing, no one coming through. I thought there might have been time for one of the big men to put just some pressure on Subrata.
It's too close to Sabrata. So when it's hung up that high, it's always going to favour the goalkeeper, because don't forget, not only can he jump as high as most of the players out there, he's got the reach of his arms as well.
And those sorts of balls too we've seen so many times before when a keeper is challenged. 9 times out of 10 he will get that free kick.
Not more likely 10.
And talking of free kicks, I've got to commend the referee today. I think he's certainly added a bit of a difference in terms of his officiating. He's pulled up the dangerous play very quickly. What about this danger from Norday? It had to be passed. And have a guess who was free.
Oh, I know, but it just needed a simple 5-yard pass. Just couldn't complete. Oh, I could have passed that sooner maybe, and you never know, different outcome. But the pressure's in there. They can establish themselves now, Mumbai.
Norday just closing down there, but the clearance stays in. The referee takes
gone for a tumble. Does he book himself?
It's for simulation. Slipping and sliding out there at the moment. It almost feels like there's a bit of dew out there. I mean, the heat and humidity.
It might be. Look, this is the great work. Look, he's dragged that defence all over, but he just cannot find Chetri. And I think what we need to see from Mumbai's point of view is an attacking threat. That triangle of Norday, Chetri and Benashu, which we're getting little flashes of now. Oh, that's late, linesman. Is he? Yeah. Okay, late decision, but the right decision.
Bustos. First to the ball, no advantage. Thought he might have allowed play to go there, but didn't see the advantage. Didn't see much of this man, Tush, number 3 for Mumbai. He certainly saw plenty of Benashaw. And this man, Norday, squeezing through! The keeper didn't move. He had it covered, but it looked a little bit closer than
Adele will tell you this was never a threat, but it's that little flash with Benashaw and Norday. Now, from that angle, you can see why Adele just goes, I don't dive for things like that. That's a goal kick.
He's getting closer, Norday.
But what we're seeing is that combination between Benashaw and Norday. We need to see that develop with Chetri added on it, between Norday and Chetri and Benashaw, etc., etc. That little triangle seems to me the most threatening aspect of Mumbai's game right now.
Yeah, look to be a temptation of playing to Chetri. There it is now. He's dropped back. Norday. Skills that we like to see. Heat and humidity of Mumbai. That's class, and that's a free kick, and that's one of the highlights of the game so far. Well, not too many options for, but they've still found. But again, the weight of numbers suiting Chennayin, and now Sabata Paul was thinking of coming. Schmobs with a very important clearance, because that was not going to roll through to the keeper.
All right, we talked about the little combination for Mumbai. Alano and Mendoza. Invariably, when Mendoza and the ball go in the same direction, that is playing to his strengths, because he's got the pace to outstrip just about anyone in that Mumbai back line.
Well, Schmob's taken half the turf with him in that clearance. Mumbai just waiting for the mistake in the back. Tush. You can understand what Benashaw was trying to manufacture there.
It wasn't the best pass from Piquet.
The question is who will make the first change, just to ignite the team and try and get the breakthrough goal. It's been a somewhat timid start to the second half. Could be a little opening here now. We're seeing. Can't get the better of Bustos. Flash mobs. One touch didn't work at all for Chetri.
Chetri there, just trying to force that pass inside to Benashaw. Didn't quite come off, but I'm pleased to see that he's confident enough to try that and attempt those things.
Play goes on, a good advantage by the referee. Alano looks up, and it looks like...
Player, I can't quite see, seems to be in some distress. No, quite what happened there, I don't know.
Oh, that's a tush. Oh, he's got the elbow.
Yeah, just catches the trailing arm.
Ashatush is the player down.
Didn't look to be too much of a bad blow, but you never know. I'm sure, though, that he'll be up pretty quickly.
In case you've just joined us, or in the last few minutes, there was plenty of highlights, particularly in the first half, so you can go to the Hotstar app. I quite enjoyed doing that earlier today, and there was a lovely highlight of Jackie Chan's volley from our previous game. These two sides languishing in the bottom half of the table. Chennayin with 3 points, 4 adrift of the leaders, Kolkata and FC Goa. Mumbai just 1 point from 2 games for them. The team from Chennai absolutely startled everyone with their 4-0 demolition of FC Goa in their last game.
And you can imagine Nicholas Anelka has learnt quite a bit from how Chennai opened up Goa and won't be making the same mistakes. And they so far managed to shackle Alano and keep Mendoza pretty much away from goal.
No space really for Mendoza. There's 1 or 2 instances he's made that run. He's lightning. It's been a cagey second half. Over 10 minutes gone. No goals here in Mumbai. Aim for Mendoza. But challenges. Well, that's against Gusto. Sunny Norday. Benner Shaw is the player that was free. He receives, he gets a return. Norday goes down. No foul there. The referee again was within about 7 or 8 metres of the play.
Yeah, he's up with the pace of the game. I just think he's right there. There's no discernible foul on Norday. Nope, not for me. I can see why the referee's chosen not to give that. But that little bit of flash, of genius there between Benner Shaw and Norday, again, being the difference. A little spat between Alano and Benner Shaw there, just developing.
Even that move, just felt that Norday might have actually hit it first time on the return pass.
Thing is, when there's so many bodies in and around that area, it gets very difficult to hit it first time.
And like that ball now, that's opened up the Chennayin defence, but again the supply, it's an easy one for Jack Pranash to head away. Now Norday. At the moment it's 4 on 5. Norday, I wanted that move to be more fluid. This will be a booking. I think this might just be a booking because it's just broken down what would have been a dangerous scenario for the visitors.
Andy, what's just happened? You just saw an experienced player do that. That stops everything in its tracks. If he has to take a booking in that point there for a foul in the opposing half, and that counter-attack doesn't go ahead, they'll see that as a job well done. Cynical, but a fact of life.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. The purist in you wants to see it, but there's also another side of the game.
It seems Sonny at speed coming at an opposing midfielder or defence.
If he knocks it further away, then Augusto doesn't get a chance to do anything like that.
Norday, it's just too much.
See, what's happening is when he's dribbling, his mind's focused on that, and then his head's racing. So when that pass comes in, it should be under control. That is out of control.
The Blue Army are up. They've been waiting. Play will be, yes, there's no advantage there. Just you're looking at an experienced playmaker, a man who's played at the top end of the game, and that's why these foreigners, they've got all that history. Milano's free kick specialist in the part of the pitch. Big central defenders have come up now. It's a deep ball, not too much bend on it. I thought it was going to.
No, he's aimed directly at Melton. It's easier to defend because it's just hung up there. It's not, as you thought, whipped in across the face of Substitutions.
Short ball, interception. This would be the game breaker. It's played on. Mendoza. A tragic error at the back for Mumbai City FC. They've been duly punished.
And Pratasha, I think it is, who just makes that unforced error. He makes a pass unaware of what is around him. He doesn't play with his head up. Watch this. Little pass to Shimovs. Alana's thinking, is it my birthday? Really? Well, it might be. And no, Alano can do this himself, but he knows if he draws Substitutions to him, right? If he draws in Substitutions, then the option to pass remains there, and then Mendoza has nothing but an empty net to welcome that ball home.
Pratish makes a mistake of the highest order here. And it had to be something out of the ordinary to split us here, Gary.
I told you about unforced errors, and that is an unforced error. You can't say he was under pressure because he's unaware that those players are there.
Now Norday's in the box again.
Could have been the immediate response that the Mumbai fans were hoping for.
Well, isn't Mendoza enjoying season number 2 of the Hero Indian Super League?
He's on a bit of a roll at the moment.
It's 4 goals now, leading scorer.
And there is plenty of time left in this one for him to add to his tally.
Last season, Mendoza got 4 goals in 9 games. He already has 4. Here's another angle on this one. Alano, many would have expected him to go direct for goal, but that's experience and smart play.
It's unselfish. No, what he can do is there's a chance the goalkeeper will save him. He's quite dominant in that position there, Substitutions. But if you take him out of the equation, simple as that. And that's what he does. He just draws him on until he gets to a point when he can't go back or do anything.
Fred still can't get the ball back. He felt that there was a handball. The player was certainly on the ball at Schmob's challenge. Is a yellow card offence in the eyes of the Kuwaiti referee Ali Shaba.
It is a shoulder charge. Is it a booking? I'm not quite sure, particularly when you see Augusto's foul on Norday just a minute or 2 ago.
Another one of the players retained, just a handful, 5 for Mumbai in season 2, but hasn't Nicholas Anelka got some serious work to do here? His team has lost at Pune 3-1, drawn at Kerala 0-0, and in the stage of their first of 5 successive home games at this wonderful D1 Patil Sports Stadium. which is that there will be a change very soon from Nicholas Anelka. Schmobs is touched too strongly, but he escapes. Gonna Shaw, that's pinpoint. Norday. There's an overlap on the inside. It's gone short to Chetli. Norday looking for the return. Look at the white shirts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You can see that they've been drilled, the Chennai defence, and when you look at who their coach is, Marco Materazzi, you can see some defensive know-how being pumped into that back four.
And the danger, of course, is the counter, and they are swift in movement. Alano, who's set up, he had 2 assists against FC Goa, scored as well in that game.
Again, we've seen too much of that from possibly both sides. Getting into an advanced position in a wide area and then just wasting the cross. Well, tough on Pratesh. He gave away that pass that sets up Alano and the Mendoza goal, and within minutes he has got the hook. So frustrating for him. Look, what's nice there is Nicholas Anelka greets him on the way off. There's no anger, no animosity. It's just a change that he feels is necessary to take his team back into the game.
He's bringing in a midfielder. The attack index is 85% to Chennai. 15 for the home team.
Are you surprised?
What a turnaround.
Well, are you surprised then you just see a goal during that period?
And we might see another. And we will not! Or we might! We do with a rebound! Once, twice, third time lucky.
It is a stunning strike in the first place from Jayesh. But what you see here, watch Mendoza. Right, when this ball gets spilt, Jayesh has a beautiful strike, but Mendoza is the first to react. You've got to, as a striker, have that predatory instinct. Follow things in. You never know, you just might get a reward. 5 in 2, Andy. You didn't think I was that good at maths, did you?
Well, I'll pay credit where it's due. You got it right. This is an amazing second half for the visitors. Mumbai.
We've seen Mendoza in earlier games this season and a large part of last season playing a more wide left position. He's now, for the last 2 games, been brought into a central area. And we're looking at 5 in 2, so we might just see the future for Mendoza as a more of a centre striker than a wide player.
5 goals. He is setting the Hero Indian Super League alight, and he's starting the resurrection of Chennai after a slow start. 2 losses for them at home to Atletico de Calcutta in the first round of the competition on October 3rd, and then falling 1-0 in Delhi, and then bouncing back, putting 4 past FC Goa, now 2 past Mumbai City FC.
The thing for Mumbai now is they're going to have to chase the game, which means that's committing bodies forward. That means being a little bit more reckless with your tactics, and therefore opening up space and leaving yourself vulnerable. Just an arm comes across Benashaw's face there from Augusto, just maybe catches him in the eye.
And as has been the norm, Ali Shaban, look how close the referee is. He sees it all.
Zabra there just palms him off.
Double Schmobs.
You'd have thought Schmobs would have been in there with his height on the end of it, not so much taking it. Is he going to go for the shot? Yes, he did, and I think he, along with everyone else, wishes he had rather hadn't.
Even in his stats, no goals for Schmobs, but 2 goals today.
Scrappy goal to concede. Again, another scrappy goal. Look, Mumbai don't clear it. 3 defenders stand there and watch. The only one who shows any proactive sense is Mendoza. And guess what? He's the one that gets the profit.
Steven Mendoza is just 23 years of age from Colombia. You just wonder what his return would have been last year, bar the injury that he had. He only made 9 appearances.
It was a bad hamstring injury that done for him halfway through the season.
Schwab's forceful header back to the keeper.
Okay. Does anyone else think he wants his hat-trick?
I do want to get out of the stadium tonight.
Okay.
I would like to. I mean, as a football fan. But I want to see a comeback from Mumbai to set us up for a dramatic end, because time is against them. 21 minutes, just on 21 minutes or under 21 minutes remain in this game. And they've got so much to do now.
Well, a set play is a good route to goal for any team. Can Mumbai make it?
Gabriel Fernandez, his corner is headed away. And now there's a couple. No, Schmob's intercepts, because at one brief moment there you thought that Boy Singh is the player who might start another attack. There's problems again, another player down. It's Mendoza, the 2-goal hero today. Well, there's Fikru warming up. Well, there's plenty of attacking options for them.
Well,
not that they need goals now.
I think it's, if Mendoza's taken a knock with the game under the control of Chennayin, no need to test him. Here, there's look, bit of pressure from Mendoza.
Can I ask you this question?
Go on.
Bertan, should he have played that short ball across the face of goal, or just cleared it away from that danger zone? You look at that and you think,
okay,
as a defender, you're not going to expect a short ball there, are
no,
you?
but credit Mendoza, because he puts the pressure on Bertan, who then pushes it towards Pratesh, and then we see the result of that, quite simply.
Twitter wars. Well, 66% to Chennai, and that is more than likely to go up by the end of the game, Gary, given it's a 2-0 scoreline.
Well, they're winning on the pitch and off the pitch at the moment. Oh, Norde's got the whole line to look down there, and still he gets caught offside. That is so infuriating for coaches, teammates and everybody concerned.
That is the story of the game in the second half. Mendoza has made 2 significant statements. So much to like about this 23-year-old player. The change will be made. The 2-goal hero won't get the chance to get another hat-trick. Only 2 players have done that in season 1. Of course, the player that is not part of the picture here at Mumbai, he had to go back home because of personal reasons. Andre Moritz and Mendoza. Chetri's hardly seen the ball in the second half. There he is with a touch. Gabriel Fernandez. Impressive skills. Just that delivery was cleaned up. You've got to come near post to make sure.
Watch him here. Potenza this way and that before he drills that across.
Mendoza is now going off. What a weapon to bring back on here now.
And he'll want a piece of the action, Fikru. He'll want to add to his goal tally. Prove that he's got a vital role to play, even a starting role to play here at Chennai.
Well, he also comes across to this club with a very, very good history. 5 goals last season for you know which team.
I do indeed. So
the champs.
The fact of the matter is he's not starting was possibly infuriating to a certain level, but you've got to wonder, with Mendoza's form, whether or not Fikru will get his starting place back.
Well, he's had one start and one substitution appearance and was not involved against Goa, so we'll keep an eye on how Fikru performs in the closing part of this game, but it's about whether Mumbai City FC can provide the response that their home fans are so desperate for. It tells you how hot and humid it is out there. Just that shot of Mendoza guzzling about 15 litres of water. It is hot, it is humid, and credit again, I keep underlying that fact, but we come from different conditions on other sides of the world where the heat and humidity is nothing like this. Was there a little bit of a nudge in by Chetri Fernandez? He's played it near stick again.
He's gone for that same skill.
No one there.
No, he's gone for it, and Ralta there just buying it.
Benashaw trying a little bit too much there. Schmob's on Fikru. I think Marco Materazzi might have been nutmegged then.
He won't mind, he'll take the 2 goals and 3 points.
Well, they're relatively new to the coaching game, and Materazzi, his side have turned their season around in the last 2 outings. 6 unanswered goals. 4 against Goa, 2 against Mumbai.
So far.
And you talk about the history of these two teams. I mean, we had a goal feast in both games that they played. 5-1 from memory and 3-0. It was 5-1 for Chennai at home and 3-0 here in Mumbai on November 23rd. So Chennai not afraid to travel to this amazing stadium. And you can feel the pain of the fans at the moment. They've gone relatively quiet now. Here's Alano. Dangerous ball. Fikru goes down. No penalty. No penalty.
None asked for. He goes down, but he doesn't get up protesting.
Substitution for Chennayin FC.
Blasi. Just one start against Delhi and a substitution appearance against Goa, the former Italian international. Manuel Blasi is on. Well, the goals continue to come. The stats for the Hero Indian Super League have been up in the goals return and also, of course, in the quality of passes that are completed. Everything. All the stats this season are up, even after 11 games. I noticed 29 goals were scored. This is match day, of course, 13, and we had a stack of goals last night as well. In the northeast, we've had 2 here. And tomorrow we're off to FC Pune City against Atletico di Kolkata. Gary and I will be there for that game. And that definitely is a top of the table clash, isn't it? Right now on the table, if you look at it closely, it would be first against third. And it's 7 points. Atletico di Kolkata, FC Goa on 7. Now Pune City and Delhi Dynamos are on 6 points. It stays at 2-0. Chennai will join them, and they'll be clear third on goal difference. I'll have a positive 4 goal difference if it stays at 2-0. So it's early days yet, but already there's movements. Teams are trying to get consistency of performance. Alano with an assist tonight, an assist and a goal against Goa. Not sure if he intended that.
He intended it to be a flick round the back to Fikru. We're just seeing a little bit of Brazilian showmanship there. Didn't quite come off.
Fikru's got a constant shadow, hasn't he? Schmoms has been tagging as soon as he came on. This is how they'll play it. Just possession. Kill the clock. Don't take any risks.
There's still plenty of time left in the game, Andy. You're just saying that you control possession. If you have it, I know this is no new logic. They can't have it, and therefore they can't score unless you stick it in your own net, and that's unlikely to happen. So you just eat, read into their energy reserves. You keep them off the ball, and hopefully you can parade your way down the field and create a third.
Well, Chennayin travel to the northeast next on October 20. Mumbai will be hosting Delhi Dynamos on the 21st.
It's just frustrating for Anelka, I'm sure, that at the moment his team look as if they're posing very little threat. I just wonder if we will, on the back of this, see Anelka introduce himself into the action in future games, particularly as you've got such a run of home games coming up.
They need him out there. They need him out there. His experience alone and what he brings to the game, even at his age. He's 36. He's got such a rich history. I mean, some of us might be surprised that he's at that age because of the fact that he made a name for himself so early on in his career and built such an impressive portfolio. That's an impressive build, and the play you don't expect, the big centre back from the Czech Republic.
He was. You know what? I'm up for that. He's not sitting back, allowing it to happen. Great play from Gabriel. Since he's come on, it's been a real box of tricks. You'd really rather a striker were in that position, but I will not take it away from Shimovs for taking the game by the scruff of the neck and say, you know what, I'll do something about it myself.
And what Gabriel has done is given some idea to Anelka that he probably should start this next game.
What he's done, Andy, he's taken on the fullback 1-for-1, shown us a trick, made sure that he gets in behind, and has delivered balls that have caused problems.
No foul, no complaints either. Mumbai. Under 9 minutes of normal time remains. Can they claw their way back in? Will it set up a dramatic end to this game? Norday. There's a little bit of room there now. And that's the best ball.
That's better.
Is it the right delivery? It might be. It's just blocked by the keeper. Oh, the stinging volley coming from Benashaw. And it blazes wide, and that has been a familiar pattern tonight.
That's possibly Mumbai's best move of the evening. They string a series of passes together and they end up with a threat, a legitimate threat on goal. That could have been so much easier, but if you notice, Blassie is right on top of Benashaw when that ball bounces, and when it bounces it comes up around his hips. It's always a very, very difficult strike to execute.
Yet another change for the visitors. Goodwin Franco, a midfielder. Goodwin Franco will be coming on. And out goes Boy Singh. The crowd figure has just come through. It's 21,321. Loud and proud they are here in Mumbai. And it's just slightly under their season average last year of 22,592. They have 4 more home games in a row to come.
I'm sure they go on a little winning streak. That number will increase. They have the capacity. They just need the goals and the wins to go with it.
And just to give our viewers out there that might not be familiar with the city of Mumbai, we're talking of a population of 22 million. It was 12 million in 2001. We're in a different area that I have not come to until yesterday. So you're building up a crowd. Now, for some, they have to travel 2 hours across town.
Yeah, and there's a lot of traffic, an awful lot of traffic. And those 2 hours don't mean you go a long distance either.
But that's the beauty of the Hero Indian Super League games. Literally every night there's the odd night off, which falls. We don't have a night off tomorrow, though. Gary will be off to that wonderful little stadium.
Yep, bring it on.
Pune.
Bring it on.
We'll see if Pune will bounce back after the shock of loss to Delhi. The clock certainly in favour of the visitors. 5.5 to go. Flat defensive line at the moment. Trying to open them up. That's looking better. Oh, again, it's Wayward. That's the story of the night.
And he's gone for the strike. Mehta, you see he's in there. The cutback's on. There's 2 passes inside him, but he takes a rash strike, miskicks it completely.
Can't say they've had a lack of opportunity to pull it back and make a real game of it in the last couple of minutes. What a ball by Alano for Fikrul. Fikrul goes down, looks at the referee. The referee again is not far from the action.
No, I think Fikrul does play for that. And I think with his physicality, he could probably more than cope with the defender. And maybe he should just focus on putting the ball in the net.
I wonder who our selection panel have picked for the hero of the game tonight, Gary.
Let's see, there's a smiling face,
yeah,
and there's all good reason.
Can't argue there.
A man with 5 goals in 2 games, 2 this evening. He was bright, he was lively, a constant threat, a man who destroyed Mumbai on the evening.
And the fans have remained loyal to their team. I look around this marvellous stadium, no one's left because of these sorts of situations. Norday caught out though, the flag is up. I wonder how close this one is.
He's off, although this time a little bit closer. He's still off. Still hasn't quite got his timing right, has he, Sonny Norday? That's about the 3rd or 4th time he's been caught in an offside position from a pass like that.
Once he gets it right, you feel that he still might be the player that you would back in that scenario. He's got the speed.
I mean, he's similar in a lot of ways to Stephen Mendoza. Just
acceleration.
And he does have a trick. He's got good dribbling skills. Just thinking if he can make that timing improve, then there'd be an awful lot of development in his game.
Benashaw, that's silky skills. Will he get the return? They were looking for him. This is a man who's caused a lot of bother. Gabriel gets it in. Bustos had played it to the left, and the long range is wayward from Benai.
Mehta there. We've just seen him slice a shot from close range. And now, when this ball comes out to him, he's set up by Bustos. There's all sorts of options. But we have this, which is a poor selection, in my opinion.
It's not the only time we've seen the last couple of minutes. Not speculate on added time. Either 2 or 3 minutes to be added. Shmovs has been tagged there by Fikru. And the visiting Chennayin really struggled on the road last season, but they look set for another crucial result away from home. And they've got 5 away games in 7. This is the first of them. You go to Goa, you put 4 past, and you come to Mumbai and score twice.
But ask yourself this question: has it been a truly impressive Chennayin performance?
No.
It'll be a job done, and in the end, you don't get points for style.
That's all Materazzi wants.
Yeah, exactly. So, and that's the whole thing. When a good team comes away from home, gets the win, keeps a clean sheet, they won't really analyse it too deeply in that respect. Other areas they'll analyse. They'll just know that they can improve their game, and we'll hopefully see that better game from them sometime soon.
Yeah, I agree with you, Gary. There were 2 defensive mistakes by Mumbai.
Mailton there really fronting up with Sadi Norday. It's as if he's saying, you know what, I own this defence, you don't look at him. Look at this. Oh well.
The Brazilian against the man from Haiti.
Yes.
Can they get some respectability out of this? Can they get a goal? Gabriel Fernandez has been lightning since he came on, and it's gone against him. I actually thought, initially I thought that he was fouled, but we've had 50 seconds of stoppages so far. There'll be no rush at all. As you know, Elano will look for that ball every opportunity. They've gone route 1 this time though. Well, those challenges are coming through thick and thin. Fikru is away, but not many ahead of him. He could have played it square. He's gone for glory. They were all lining up. Fikru had to play it back inside.
No, you know what he's done? He's chopped it back so as he can put it on his favoured right foot, and he didn't feel confident to take it with his left. This now opens it up for a left foot shot. Doesn't take it. Now he probably feels he should have done.
No complaints from Marco Materazzi. Gabriel Fernandez is out and offside. If anyone deserves to take it to the next step, it's the super sub.
Yes, but this replay will hopefully prove. Oh, that is tight, but it's tight enough. The linesman's right up with play, so I can't be critical on that aspect.
Ali Bazad is the assistant #1 to, of course, Ali Shaban. All the match officials from Kuwait. We've had 2 minutes and 25 seconds of stoppages, and I don't think there'll be a change to the scoreline. Maybe I've spoken too soon. Sunny Norday. If anyone's deserved to pull one back, it's this player. He lines it up, and the keeper has it well and truly covered.
Look at that. Adele in that Chennai goal does not have to move. He has read this. Watch him. Just sets himself, just moves across as Norday moves inside, and there he is, comfortable as it gets.
That is the full-time whistle. Anelka and Materazzi will shake hands. One has got a bigger headache than the other, and I would say it has to be Nicholas Anelka. Mumbai have taken just 1 point from 3 matches so far this season. Chennayin's resurrection, as I mentioned, has continued here. They jump up to 6 points. Only 1 point splits the top 5 sides of the Hero Indian Super League. And we'll look at the story of the match, Gary O'Reilly.
You wondered whether Mumbai, with their first home game of the season, could set this D.Y. Patil Stadium alight, but invariably it was Chennai who started on the right foot, and Sabrata Paul in that Mumbai goal was the busier of the two goalkeepers during the first period.
Well, the first half, it didn't deliver any goals, but in the second, this is what happened to open up the game.
Good pressure from Stephen Mendoza on Bertin, who then passes to Pratesh, who does not see Alano, passes blind, and then Alano sets up his teammate. Watch Mendoza there, watch him on the edge of the box at the moment. When this shot comes out, he's the first and only player to react positively. As such, he's the one that goes home with 2 goals and 3 points.
Mendoza, let's confirm that full-time score here. Match day 13, Mumbai City FC 0, Chennayin FC 2. There are the stats from tonight's fixture. It's the stat that really counts, the Mendoza stat, we'll call it, for tonight. The league table has certainly changed complexion, and perhaps for the better. As I said earlier, 1 point separating the top 5 teams: Atletico de Kolkata, FC Goa, Chennayin, FC Pune City and the Delhi Dynamos. That is as tight as you'd like it to be. And don't forget, match day 14.